Good morning, all. First and foremost, I would like to give obedience to God, who is the head of my life, as well as the ministers and pastors of this church. I would like to introduce myself as Dr. Alayna Wyre, a recent 2020 graduate from South College School of Pharmacy, as well as the University of Louisiana at Monroe. This year, I received my doctorate in pharmacy, as well as my bachelor's in toxicology with a minor in biology and chemistry. So I know you all are probably thinking, oh, she looks young. Oh, how long was she in school? You have a ton of questions in your head. And I'm here to pretty much answer all of those in a nutshell and give you my advice of how you can move forward and let you know that what I did is very doable. 7 years ago, I was in high school sitting at my graduation, and I was really bummed at myself because I wanted to graduate cum laude. Like, I wanted to graduate with honors because that meant that I was honorable, right? But that's not necessarily true because God didn't have those plans for me. And I did not know at the age of 17 at my graduation that I would be here 7 years later as a doctor talking to you all. That never crossed my mind, and if you would have told me that, it would have blown me away. I've always had ambition. I've always had the goal of wanting to be a doctor, wanting to be a pharmacist, but I didn't know how to get there. My parents did not go to college and graduate. I had cousins. I had a few family members and people in my life who went to school, but it just did not hit home for me because my parents weren't college graduates. And, you look to your parents as the person that's going to lead you in that direction. But I'm here to tell you that you don't need your parents to have done it all before you've done it. You have to pave your own way. And that could be a great thing in the end of the day because you're paving the way for your whole entire family. You're paving the way for a new generation, and you can do things your way instead of following in someone's own footsteps. So I might not have the typical story as I made it out of the trenches, like people would say, such as I grew up in a rough home, or maybe I was less fortunate, or maybe I grew up in a broken home. I don't have that story, and you don't have to have that story either. But if you do, that is fine, because everyone has their own personal tribulations. I don't have that story necessarily, but I did have obstacles against me, such as I thought I wasn't smart enough. And someone told me the race isn't given to the swift. And that is so true. I had to study my butt off many nights. I've cried many nights because I have classmates who can just walk into a test and pass it. But I've literally put in work for months and months and I did not pass the test. Or maybe I didn't comprehend something in class right then. And that's not necessarily going to set you back. What's going to set you back is your mindset, defeating yourself, because you are your biggest obstacle. So you're your biggest critic, but you also have an advantage because you're your biggest advocate, because no one is going to push you the way that you push yourself. And if anyone has to push you harder than you push yourself, then you've already given up. So I need you all to keep that ambition, keep that drive, keep that fire in your heart. You young people can do whatever you set your mind to. It's doable. I promise you, it's very doable. When I say that, I mean that. You don't have to be the top of your class. I wasn't the top of my class in high school. I surely wasn't the top of my class in undergrad. And I surely wasn't top of my class in pharmacy school. But I have still made it to the place that I wanted to be. And I've done it in the timely manner that I set out to be. And that's because I had the drive. I had the faith. I had God on my side. And when God is on your side, no one can be against you. No one can stop you from getting what you are set out to receive from him, because he gave it to you. He put it in you, and he would not put those desires and those things in your heart if it's not for you to have. You just have to work for it. So my advice to you all is, no matter where you are in life, no matter what situation you're in, you just have to look at it in steps, in phases. Don't look at things as in the biggest picture, because when you look at it as the big picture, as I did when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to take so long. I'm 17 years old, have 7 or 8 years to go to school. Oh my gosh, by that time I'll be 24, 25 years old. I won't be able to get anything done. Oh my gosh, I can't get married because I'll be so old. I can't have children because I'm old. I had to literally set it out in phases. I had to break it down. So think of it as this way. When you eat an apple, you don't bite into the whole entire apple, right? You take piece by piece. So look at your academia that way. Look at your life that way. Look at it as chapters. If you have a goal, set it in that particular chapter. I'm going to set this goal for this chapter, piece by piece, and you'll be fine. It'll allow you to see things differently because you're reaching those short-term goals. And then eventually, if it all works out into that long-term goal, you will get there. So achieving your wildest dreams, I'm here to tell you, you can make it happen. You don't need anyone to tell you to do it. You don't need someone to doubt you. All you need is the mindset, and the drive has to continue to be there in order for you to achieve your wildest dreams. I would like to thank the Hunter family for allowing me to be able to speak to you all. I'm also open, I will tell them as well, I'm open to questions if you all have anything you would like to ask me. Again, my name is Dr. Alayna Wyre, and I'm honored to be able to speak to you all. Love you.